A quorum is present. I will now call this meeting to order. The time is 5:10 p.m. We have no public comments for posted agenda items today. I will now turn the floor over to Holly Malloy, Assistant Superintendent for Academic Support, and Dr. Kimberly Martin, Executive Director for Accountability and Academic Support, who will present an update to the early childhood literacy and math goals and the college, career, and military readiness goals.
Hi, good evening, President Garza, Board of Trustees, Dr. Moore, and Cabinet. We are here, just as you said, to present on our House Bill 3 board outcome goals. I'll start with reading and math, and then Dr. Martin will finish with CCMR. Just a reminder, our annual goals for student performance in early childhood literacy are based on the third grade STAR reading assessment at the meets grade level, and then we progress measure for students at grade level in pre-kindergarten using the circle assessment, and kindergarten through second grade use the BAS, the BAS assessment. If you look on our chart here, you'll see the left column is our literacy goal for last year's data. If you go across the rows, you'll see the grade level, their beginning of year percentage, middle of year percentage. I added the green column to compare from last year's end of year to the next tan column, this year's end of year, and then whether we met our goals. So for example, our literacy goal for this year in pre-K was 72%. End of year last year, year before last was 83. This last year was 85. So you can see we went up 2 percentages from last year's goals, and we met them. And then we met all our early literacy child goals. For math, our annual goals again, it's third grade STAR at the meets grade level. We progress measure with pre-kindergarten with circle and kindergarten through second grade with I.S.D. Our math goals for 2025, same setup. For example, our math goal for pre-K was 87%. End of year in 2024 was 88%, so we grew to this past year at 90% and met our goal. You can see that we've met our goals all the way down, but we're still struggling a little bit in third grade. Our goal was 49%. We hit 45%, which is up the percentage from 41 from the year before, but still not quite where we need to be. So that is our focus for this year. And just a little FYI on that, these third graders from last year would have been in virtual pre-K. That was during the COVID time. So I'm not real sure how many parents made their 4-year-olds take virtual pre-K. But we're catching them up. And then just a little bragging rights. MacArthur and Jacinto City Elementary were our 2 schools that met all their board goals consecutively for the last 2 years. So very proud of them. Any questions? Fantastic.
Okay, and I'm here to talk about CCMR. A couple of reminders, CCMR is always a lagging indicator, meaning that our report for 2025 actually includes our 2024 graduates. Just a few little updates. Last year, we were required with our armed forces to submit DD4 forms. This year, for the first time, there's going to be a military connection with TEA so that we will know all of our students who enlist through the armed forces. We don't have to go collect that data ourselves. So we expect to see that percentage be much more accurate than it has been in the past. We do have a phase-in of new IBCs. IBCs are industry-based certifications that our students take after they complete a sequence of courses in CTE. This year, for the first time, we have to have what's known as completers. In the past, we've had concentrators. Completers would be students who take 3 or more CTE courses in the same area, earn 4 credits, and then pass an IBC in that area. So for example, students would need to take 3 welding classes for a total of 4 credits and then pass their welding certification that counts at that state level. So we really have to start those students very early to make sure that they can finish that sequence. There are the college prep rules continued to change. Last year when I stood up here, I talked about some of those rules. They changed again last May. This year we were supposed to only be able to use statewide approved courses. Last May, the state gave us 5 approved courses statewide, no one in Region 4, no one even close to us. Of those 5, 4 were ELA and only 1 was math. And so the state extended some college prep rules. We're trying to work on our CCMR without those changing rules because they're very hard to navigate. And then just a reminder that in 2023, the rule changed from a 60 being an A to an 88 being an A. That's important when we look at our goals over time. So our original goal was that we would have 60%, but of course we want to move that up to the A. That's what you see there in blue, 88%. You can see our score had a little dip last year, and we talked about that around this time when we said we weren't going to be using CCMR college prep courses. So our 25 report for our 24 graduates dipped just a little to 76%, but we already know that our 2025 graduates at Galena Park High School, 86% of those students earned their CCMR credit. At North Shore Senior High, 83 earned that CCMR point, and they can continue to earn that actually through the end of this month. If a student enrolls at a junior college and passes TSIA, we continue to get credit for them. So that's the lowest that the score can be next year. For us, just a few reminders on what we're doing to work on CCMR. We do have a CCMR task force now that meets monthly. We are very, very focused on TSIA criteria. Those would be the exams that students can take, pass, and then go into college without having to take remedial math or English courses. We are just really trying to stay away from those college prep courses. We do offer a few of them at ACE. We do a ton of dual credit, as you know, through Sanjack and McMurray, and that has really, really assisted us. This year we've added a partnership with HCC, for a Spanish dual credit partnership. It's very early on, but it's going really, really well. Very easy to work with. Our students are doing well, and our counselors love working with them. And then we're continuing our IBC certifications. IBCs are being tiered currently. Some great news for the first time ever. We have changes to CCMR, but we know those changes are going to start with our incoming 6th graders, which means we have time to be proactive to reach our goals. So we have moved to the 5x5 block schedule at our high school where our students have 40 credit opportunities. We've implemented that this year. But what's unique to us that we're really excited about next year is that we're going to move those on an accelerated block. So students will be able to earn a full credit for each course they take per semester, really helping us make sure that those CTE completers can occur and that we match dual credit while allowing students to have many extracurricular opportunities. And then we're really excited. We borrowed United I.S.D. when we visited, uses a great CCMR tracking tool called CareerCraft. We came back and implemented that. Our counselors and assistant principals, teachers love that because we can in real time track our student CCMR credit. So if a student passes a test today, the counselor can see that tomorrow. So that's what we're doing looking ahead. Any questions on CCMR?
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Malloy and Dr. Martin. I will now turn the floor over to Anna Lara, Executive Director of Early Head Start, who will present training on the governing body members on the roles and responsibilities, legal and fiscal for the Early Head Start program.
Good afternoon. Today I will be presenting some information about the Becker Early Head Start program and its leadership and governance systems. Early Head Starts are administered by the Office of Head Start, which is a division of the Administration for Children and Families under the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. The two documents that you see on the screen are the foundation on which programs design and deliver comprehensive, high-quality services for students and their families. One of them is the Head Start Act, and the other one is the Head Start Performance Standards. So what is Early Head Start? Early Head Start is a federally funded program. It is for low-income pregnant women and families with children under the age of 3. A little bit of history about Head Start. Head Starts were started back in 1965 as a 6-week pilot project, and it was designed to break the cycle of poverty by having a program that would meet the social, emotional, nutritional, health, and psychological needs of the students. And the project was a success, and then it later on became a formal government program. And early Head Starts came along in 1995, so a few years after that. And Galena Park I.S.D. Saw the benefits that a program like this would bring into this community, and just 4 years after that, applied for the grant. The grant was awarded, and the program has been servicing this community since 1999. So 25 years of service and 25 years of excellence. I pulled the article from the archives, and that is from the year 2000, when the early Head Start building was dedicated to Mr. William F. Bill Becker. And over on the right, I included pictures of early Head Start students just to kind of highlight the age group that we serve, so it's only infants and toddlers. And the bottom picture is of families at a home visit with a teacher, and that's just to kind of represent how the program incorporates families into the overall functions of the program. Early Head Start services, so some of the services, I think mostly what people know is that it's a child care, but it's a lot more than that. So it is a full day of child care services, Monday through Friday. We have research-based curriculums, ongoing developmental assessments, inclusive classrooms, services for children with special needs. We must maintain at a minimum 10% of our total enrollment of children with special needs. We collaborate with our Part C provider, which is the Early Childhood Intervention, ECI. Nutrition services, children enrolled in the Early Head Start program receive breakfast, lunch, and snack that is CACFP compliant. Medical and dental case management, family engagement and fatherhood opportunities, community resources and referrals, transportation services through the Galena Park I.S.D. Transportation Department for families who do not have a vehicle but do qualify for our program, and supplies such as diapers, pull-ups, wipes, etc. Families who qualify for the program get access to all of these services at no cost to them. So how do you qualify for Early Head Start? It is based on eligibility, and eligibility is based on 3 different factors. That is income, age, and address. So the family must meet the poverty guidelines, the child must be under the age of 3, and the family must reside within Galena Park I.S.D. attendance zones. We prioritize the selection of children based on circumstances of the family and the points assigned to their applications. The higher the need, the higher the points will be. So we select based on that. And then Early Head Start staff contacts the families to request some of those eligibility documents. Once they bring those documents in and everything checks out, that's when we schedule an enrollment appointment. So community engagement, we have many partnerships within the district and out in the community. We use these partnerships to connect our families and our students to services that are diverse and responsive. So on the top, that is the Galena Park, or City of Galena Park Fire Department, visiting the Early Head Start children for Fire Prevention Week. Over on the right, it is the Harris County Public Library Galena Park branch, and that is the librarian that comes in and reads to our children on a monthly basis. And over on the bottom left, it is the North Shore Senior High School Scarlet/Folklorico groups, and they came to perform for the Cinco de Mayo celebrations this past year. All right, so now we'll talk a little bit about budget. Our program applies for a new grant every 5 years. However, on a yearly basis, we have to submit our continuation grant. And of course, if there are any additional opportunities for funding, we apply for those as well. Leadership and governance. Head Start believes in inclusive leadership and shared decision-making. Therefore, governance of this program is divided between the Board of Trustees, Policy Council, and the Early Head Start staff management staff. So this is the Head Start management system wheel, and this kind of just helps us visualize how leadership and governance fits into the overall functions of the program and how they work together to inform and influence the program service delivery. Our ultimate goal is quality child and family outcomes. So leadership and governance, governing body is responsible for the legal and fiscal part of the program. Policy Council is responsible for setting the program direction, and Early Head Start management staff is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the program. Composition, so governing body, one of the governing body members must have legal expertise, another one fiscal expertise, and another one education expertise. And the remainder of the members may be community representatives. For Policy Council, the majority must be Early Head Start parents, and the remainder can be representatives of the community. Policy Council provides program direction. Management staff assumes operating responsibility for Early Head Start's day-to-day operations. Governing body, legal and fiscal. Keep in mind that while Head Start program leadership is an inclusive process, the ultimate responsibility does lie with the governing body. Here are some of your key responsibilities, and that includes reviewing and approving all funding applications, financial audits, operating budgets, self-assessment results, and any follow-up activities from the federal monitoring reviews. So here's what you see, and some of these might look very familiar to you because they come to you on a monthly basis. The first one is the board information report, and this one is basically a summary of the data from the Early Head Start program for the month. You'll get information such as number of home visits that the teachers conducted in the month, school readiness goal, what do we focus on for that month, fire drill dates and outcomes, any IMs, any information memorandums that come from Office of Head Start, or any program instruction that comes from Office of Head Start would also be in this report. Enrollment and wait list numbers, and attendance percentages, and of course our expenditure reports at the end of each month. Selection criteria, this comes to you on a yearly basis, and if any adjustments are made, it does come to you for approval. It is point-based. Different circumstances get assigned different points, and this is when we go back to selecting those students, and the higher the points, the higher the need. So that's who gets to come into our program first. Program and school readiness goals, these are developed every 5 years. The program goals are developed based on the community assessment results, and the school readiness goals are developed based on the data from the student assessments. Annual report to the public, so this is a report that we must share with the community every year, and this report will include information about our performance, demographics of our program, any efforts that the program made towards getting the children ready for kindergarten, and this is just a way of being transparent and having accountability. This one comes to you on a yearly basis as well as budget summary and budget categories, and this goes along with our grant submission, so it does come to you for approvals as an action item, sorry. This next slide is just Head Start resources. If you are ever curious or want to know the most relevant and the most recent information about Head Start or Office of Head Start, this is where you would go. It was formerly known as eclic.com. Now it is headstart.gov. And here is pictures of the Early Head Start children in action, learning, exploring, and I also included pictures of our last grandparents event at Early Head Start. Any questions?
No question.
I have one question. How do we grow your program?
I'm sorry?
How do we grow your program? What's needed to grow the program?
To enroll?
To grow.
Grow, I'm sorry. So in the past, under different administrators, we did seek an expansion for a Head Start. And at the time, there wasn't a grant available to expand Early Head Start, but we are always looking out for those because we have a waiting list on an average of anywhere between 85 to like 120 every month. Every month, we are getting new applications, and we can only serve 60 students for pregnant women. So it would be great if we could serve the remainder of those students on our wait list. Mm-hmm. All right, any other questions?
No more questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lara. I will now turn the floor over to Terry Moore, who will present the Key Performance Indicator Dashboard to the Board of Trustees for the first quarterly update for the 2025-2026 school year.
Good evening, President Garza, our Board of Trustees, Dr. Moore. I will be walking you through your first quarterly report for your board dashboard and executive summary of the dashboard. All right. I went too far. Let me go back. All right. So when I click on this link, this is the same link that you receive in your board packets and will open your dashboard. So you should see there on your screen your board dashboard as it's presented to you. A couple of changes that we went through in our last team of 8. So those changes are reflected in your dashboard as you see it here. So walking through your dashboard, you have access to a couple of different things. At a glance, you can see the progress or the status of each of our goals and objectives. You can also click on and obtain the evidence or the documentation collected from administrators here at the admin building with the activities they've completed so far in regards to their activities, as well as your key performance indicator charts and the measures we're collecting, the data we're collecting to show you. The first big change that you may notice at the top of your dashboard, I know some of you prefer looking at just the charts, and so if you click on this top link right here where it says dashboard charts, it will bring you to the page and all you will see are the charts. So if you are the one that likes to just see the charts, the colorful charts with the numbers, you can go directly to that page versus clicking on them individually. So that is a new update for you. But as we scroll through your dashboard, you can see goal number 1 for your mental, physical, emotional safety and health, all of the objectives listed with the reporting status for each of those goals. To get to the evidence and activities, if you just scroll right over the title and the goal title and open the link there, it will bring you directly to the report where the administrators report directly to you what activities have been completed and when those activities have been completed. So you can monitor and check on the status of each of those activities throughout the year. This is a live document, so evidence may be collected, but please do know we only solicit input to be added once each quarter. So although people may be adding throughout each month, it is requested to be received at the end of each quarter. So all of them may not be updated at the same time. Walking through on the yellow check marks at the end, these indicate the charts and the measures that you indicated you would like us to collect the data. And so if you scroll over the check mark and open the tab that opens, it will bring you directly to the chart that demonstrates the data that was collected in regards to this one. The chart you're looking at here, you have a hard copy of all of the charts that we have on display tonight. They're at your table if you would like to see a little bit of a closer look for these. But the one you're looking at is our discipline reporting accuracy rate. We collect the number of behavior incidences and the number of coding errors. Now, please understand these are coding errors that are collected by monthly reports. All of these errors are corrected prior to submission to the state. So this is internal documentation and numbers for our administrators to work with our campus administrators to correct any coding accuracies prior to submission to the state. Okay, so let's see that color coding there. All right, if I scroll down, or if you scroll down into your dashboard, you can see goal 2. We were tracking the student achievement and post-secondary readiness, the same as in goal 1. If you scroll right over the title of the goal, you'll see the document for evidence pop up. You can open that, or to the right, you can click on any of the dashboard key performance indicators. The first one I'll open is for the CCMR. You just heard Dr. Martin come up and talk to you about the career craft, the new tool we have. This is the report directly from this new tool, measuring and monitoring all of the CCMR data that you heard her explaining just a little bit. And just to understand this one, you have a copy of this one as well. And I know Dr. Martin is right here behind me. I'm going to ask her to please make sure I explain this correctly. So if we're looking at the senior class, the first column are our current class of seniors right now. 46%, the dark green section, are seniors who have already earned a CCMR credit. The 78%, so those additional students are currently enrolled in a course or a program that otherwise will earn them their CCMR credit if they complete it successfully. So right now, we currently have 78% of seniors on track without any further program on track to earn their CCMR credit. But if you scroll down this report, it breaks it down to each of the different CCMR indicators. So you can track the TSI criteria as it's earned, the military readiness is on here as well as the IBC certification. So these are live reports that she can pull, and we will upload the latest report each quarter for you that you can monitor. Right. As well as dual credit is another one of your key performance indicators. If you remember last year, we changed from reporting at the end. We report this at the number of students enrolled in a dual credit course at the beginning of the semester, and then we will report in December the number of those students or the percentage of those students who earned their credit. So right now you can see at Early College High School, we have 501 students enrolled in a first semester dual credit course. And then as we move down the chart, you have your STAR EOC as a key performance indicator, as well as conducting the initial evaluations. Each of these charts at the end, if you scroll over the check mark, it will open the chart for you. Same ones as last year, attendance, promotion, and graduation rates. If you click on, you can then open and see top reporting, our attendance at the top, promotion and graduation requirements as well as requested last year. And then moving into goal number 3, your wide range of student opportunities. Again, you can open your evidence and activities completed so far. See the status of the objective at this time, as well as measuring and looking at our student performance, participation. Right now, we've tracking the numbers for the athletic activities. Right now, we're currently collecting the student clubs and organizations, your fine arts. So in your second quarter, as those clubs and organizations start, you'll see the numbers in there as well. Right here you can see our cross-country numbers. We have 438 students participating in football, and what was surprising to me is we have a water polo team. 15 students are participating in water polo, and so these are just fun to watch. You can also monitor to see that we're increasing performance in each of those areas. And then moving down to goal number 4, your high-quality staff. Measured in here, you have your employee retention numbers. You can see the retention rate each year measured with this past year. This is the number of teachers who return to their same assignment for the following school year. So this is a once-a-year measure. This chart will remain here for the duration of this school year. This is taken as account at the beginning of each school year. And then we're measuring the success rates of our teachers, associate teachers who need to pass their certification exams. You can find that chart here at the end of that objective, as well as at the end of this year, you'll see the satisfaction rate of 80% or higher in our HR. That'll be an end of the year measure reported to you. Internal advancements and promotions. Scroll. So each of these on the check mark at the end, the yellow check marks indicate your key performance indicators, and a simple scroll over the top of those will open the tab for you to open each of these charts. Or alternatively, at the top of your dashboard, you can click on just to see just the charts if that's what you want to see. Okay. Questions or thoughts or concerns regarding your dashboard this year? Great. Then this dashboard will be reported directly to you each quarter, so your next update on your dashboard will be at the beginning of January for the January Board of Trustees, and that data will include your October, November, and December updates to the data. Okay?
I do have something to say. I just want to say thank you for all the work y'all put into this to keep everyone accountable and to keep us informed. It really helps a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's a group effort. I rely on a lot of people here at the administration building to provide the data. Yes.
No more questions? Thank you, Ms. Moore.
All right. Thank you.
There being no other business before the board at this time, the meeting is adjourned. The time is 5:40 PM. I will now call this meeting to order. An executive session of the board will now be held on the matters contained in the notice of the meeting as authorized by sections 551.001 through sections 551.084 of the Texas Government Code, the Texas Opens Meeting Act. Should the board determine that any final action, final decision, or final vote be required with regard to any matters considered in such closed or executive meeting or session, then that such final action, final decision, or final vote shall be either at this public meeting upon the reconvenience of the public meeting or at a subsequent public meeting of the board upon notice thereof, as the board shall determine. A closed or executive meeting of the board will now be held. The time is 5:41 PM. Executive session is adjourned and the board is now in open session. The time is 5:58 p.m. I will entertain a motion on the items covered in executive session. Is there a motion to approve that Galena Park I.S.D. administrators, as defined by HB 3372, to be entitled to receive compensation from the following entities: Texas Association of Secondary Principals?
I, Norma Hernandez, move we approve that the Galena Park I.S.D. administrators, defined by HB 3372, to be entitled to receive compensation as presented.
I, Amanda Arabia, second the motion.
A motion was made by Norma Hernandez and second by Amanda Arevia. All in favor? The motions carry 6-0 with no abstentions. The meeting will convene at 6 p.m. for the regular meeting. Trustees of Galena Park Independent School District is now convened in a regular meeting on Monday, October 6, 2025, in the Administration Building of Galena Park Independent School District, the address of which is 14705 Wood Forest Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77015. The time is 6 p.m. I want to welcome the members of our audience to this meeting of the Board of Trustees. As the Galena Park I.S.D. Board of Trustees, we are here to set goals, listen to reports from the superintendent, approve budgets, contracts, personnel, appointments, and make policies for the district. It is not the role of the board to make the day-to-day operational decisions. The management and the day-to-day operations of the district are the responsibility of the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to resolve concerns and issues. This is a public meeting of the Board of Trustees, not a meeting of the public. Prior to this meeting, board members received information related to items on tonight's agenda. Agenda items will not necessarily be handled in the order listed on these notices. The meeting is open to all who wish to attend and hear the matters discussed. During the course of the meeting, the board may determine that a closed session is necessary. In that event, the board will meet in a closed session to consider matters duly posted for this meeting as permitted by sections 551.071 and 551.084, inclusive of the Texas Government Code. I respect that you please refrain from talking while others are speaking and your cell phones are turned off or in a silent mode. Thank you for taking the time to join us this evening and for your interest in Galena Park Independent School District. We have no public comments for posted agenda items today. We do have public comments for non-agenda items today. Patrons who have duly registered for policy BED local may address the board regarding matters of concerns or interest to the district. Other than the character of any student, staff, or board member, I would like to remind the audience that the comments of the speakers reflects their own position or opinion. The board may not discuss or act upon any matter that is not listed under the action item portion of the agenda. Therefore, board members may not discuss the comments of speakers. Please understand that a lack of response from a board member does not indicate agreement or approval of any comments. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to address the board. The secretary of the board will be the designated timekeeper. Stephanie Noriega, Chief of Strategic Communications and Engagement with Region 4 will you please step to the podium?
Dr. Moore, Board President Garza, members of the board, I'm back. I visited a few months ago with a big surprise for a well-deserved achievement, and I'm here with an official recognition and acknowledgement. I'm so proud to be here tonight to present you all with an award honoring your achievement in being named the 25-26 Region 4 Board of the Year. Congratulations, you all are so deserving. And I also just wanted to say we're especially proud because you all were named a Texas Honor Board by TASB this year. So I had to mention that as well. Kudos, Region 4 is so proud, and we wish you the best school year ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Noriega. Tonight's invocation will be presented by Board Member Jose Jimenez, and the pledges of the American and Texas flag will be led by the Woodland Acres Middle School Navy LOTC. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, as we begin this meeting, grant us wisdom, compassion, and unity. May every decision we make reflect our commitment to equity, excellence, and the well-being of every child entrusted to us in Galena Park I.S.D. We lift up our students, each one a reflection of hope, resilience, and the promise of tomorrow. We honor our custodians, whose quiet dedication keeps our schools safe, clean, and welcoming. Their work is often unseen, but never unnoticed. Bless their hands and their hearts, for they care for the spaces where dreams take root. We especially give thanks for our teachers who touch lives far beyond the walls of their classrooms. They are mentors, guides, and champions of every child's potential. Tonight, we especially remember Ms. Vasquez, our beloved Spanish teacher from North Shore Senior High School. Her passion for language, her love of her students, and her radiant spirit left an indelible mark on our district. Though she lost her battle with cancer, her legacy lives on in every student she inspired. Let us take a moment of silence to honor Ms. Vasquez, her life, her service, and the light she brought to our community. In your holy name we pray. Amen. Amen. United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We will now move on to this evening's special recognition portion of the agenda. Dr. Moore?
All right. You know, when I went back into executive session, there was nobody sitting here. When I came out, were y'all all waiting in the parking lot? Wow, it's great to see a big crowd tonight. We sure appreciate your time. You know, we all have a limited amount of time in life, so for you to spend your time with us, it's very much appreciated. And we'll get on with the show.
Good evening. Trustee Noe Esparza will assist with tonight's recognitions. We would like to begin this evening's recognitions by inviting Chris Howard, Burlington Stores representative, to the stage. Galena Park I.S.D. would like to thank you all for your generous $5,000 donation to Havard Elementary School. Havard representatives and Mr. Jaime Rocha, please join them on stage for a photo. Dr. Hamlin's staff will dedicate this $5,000 donation to purchasing essential classroom supplies. We are thankful for this partnership, donation, and positive impact that will be made. We're grateful for Burlington Stores and adoptaclassroom.org. Thank you. Next, we'd like to invite Sam Harris, Director for Fine Arts and Academic Enrichment, and his supervisor, Dr. Kim Martin, Executive Director for Accountability and Academic Support, to the stage, and any other administrative team members who would like to join for the photo. Sam Harris is being recognized for receiving the 2025 Texas Choral Directors Association's Choral Excellence Award for his contribution to choral music in Texas, membership and inspiration to colleagues and students, and continued advocacy for the future of choral singing. Mr. Harris began his career as a choir director at North Shore Senior High School with only 39 students, which grew to more than 525 students in 12 choirs, winning regional and national music competitions, including being named a TMEA Invited Honor Choir in 1996. TCDA past president Sally Scott wrote, "Sam continues to inspire his staff and literally tens of thousands of students, providing optimum circumstances for them to excel and enjoy success in a world where many of them would start out behind because of socioeconomics. However, in Galena Park I.S.D., that matters not. Students and teachers are provided with what they need to all be successful." In his nomination of Mr. Harris, Dr. Kenneth Fulton, TCDA past president and professor emeritus from Texas Southern University and LSU, said, "Sam's career is a standard for all arts and music educators in the state. In his career, he has continued to walk the walk that art educators must demand and clearly set himself apart as a successful and inspiring leader for all of arts education in Texas. Mr. Harris, we are incredibly proud of you. Congratulations." Galena Park I.S.D. recognizes Normandy Crossing Elementary School student Derrickson Corona Noy for being selected as an official National Math Stars recipient. Would Derrickson's administrative team please join him on stage? Due to Derrickson's scoring in the top 2% nationally on the quantitative portion of the COGAT test, and as a mathematically extraordinary second and third grader, Derrickson will receive 10 years of support, including personalized math mentoring, advanced coursework opportunities, and STEM summer camps, all of which can total up to more than $100,000 in resources to nurture his talents and passions. Congratulations, Derrickson. Finally, we'd like to welcome a very distinguished group of students to the stage. These students were selected by the College Board as 2025 National Recognition Awardees. The College Board National Recognition Program selected these students for recognition awards because they have excelled in challenging coursework and standardized assessments, and they have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to their studies and the pursuit of academic excellence. Galena Park High School students, will you please join us on stage at this time? Please note the names of the students from Galena Park High School on a screen near you. Will their administrative team and district support teams please join them on stage for a photo? Y'all want to go down on the floor? This recognition not only highlights individual accomplishments, but also reflects the supportive environment fostered by our dedicated teachers, staff, and parents. Congratulations, Galena Park High School students. After your photo, please exit quietly. And second, our North Shore Senior High School students. Would you please join us on stage at this time? Will their school administrative team and district support team members please join them on stage as well? Please notice the names of these students are also listed on a screen near you. All of our students are shining examples of what can be achieved when students are encouraged to reach their full potential. Congratulations to our North Shore students. We are so proud of you. This concludes this evening's recognitions. Thank you.
Any board member may make a comment during this portion of the agenda without prior posting being required. Comment items may not pertain to the character of any student, staff, or board members and may not be discussed or deliberated upon at this time. Does anyone have a comment?
I'll just say, I know that we got the recognition earlier, and it took a lot of preparation, and I just want to thank everyone involved again, led by Dr. Epps. It really took a lot to prepare us and feel comfortable to put ourselves out there. We really wanted to be chosen for Galena Park I.S.D. as well as the community. We did our best, but the preparation really came from you all. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Brian Aubin, Director of Student Nutrition, will present the academic spotlight with a video that will highlight some of the outstanding programs and initiatives at the Student Nutrition Department.
Good evening, Board, President Garza, and Dr. Moore. My name is Brian Aubin, and I'm the Director for Student Nutrition Services for Galena Park Independent School District. And behind me are some members of my team. I'd like to introduce them. Tonight's video, we're going to do a little video about the things that we do here in Galena Park concerning breakfast, lunch, some after-school programs, some summer programs, and the kids who are involved that we serve. My name is Brian Aubin, and I am the Director for Student Nutrition Services here in Galena Park Independent School District. We run a multifaceted meal program that I'm excited to talk about, and those programs include breakfast, lunch, an after-school care program, and a summer program. Let's take a moment and we will dive into each one of those programs and talk about them.
It's a meat, red chip, broccoli, and oranges too. I like carrots. Me gusta que me lonche ya. Hamburger? I like the Cheetos. I like my Cheetos right here. And I like my bread, hamburger, orange, the milk, and the cookie.
We have the National School Breakfast and Lunch Program, which is what we provide every day, breakfast and lunch for all of our students. We also have the Child and Adult Food Program for our parents that we keep their students at our daycares, one in the north side and also on the south side. We do have after-school snack program, and then we also have the supper program. The supper program is actually geared for the students who between 4 and 5 pretty much can come to get a supper meal. Summer meals are for our students taking courses during the summer, either for credit or just to advance. We also feed them breakfast and lunch and snacks as well. With the fresh fruits and vegetable program, we have fruits that are different that they may not have at home. For example, myself, I tried the blood red orange for the first time at a showcase, and it was really great. It was delicious, and I can't say enough about it, but our students really loved it as well for a short period of time, but they still get to experience different fruits and vegetables as well.
I like chicken and broccoli. Me encanta el broccoli. I love gummies because they are delicious. My chocolate milk. I like this spoon because it helps me pick up rice. And this fortune cookies of the under it's orange, and that's the last thing I need.
We choose our meals for the kids by choosing the components that we need from TDA, which is milk, meat, alternate grains, fruit, vegetables. And we also try to give the kids what they want. We do taste testings so that they can give us their feedback on what they like. We also do food shows, and they go to those food shows so they get to taste test all the different kinds of food that we provide so that they can give us feedback on what they like.
I like the fries. They're really crunchy, fry-licious.
I really like the pizza pocket. It's so delicious. It's so good, y'all.
The food here is really good. I like the pizza pocket, and the juice is like the best thing they have. The fries are okay, but like at least I'm eating, you know, so it's really good. Yeah, I like it.
What I like about the lunch is the chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich, and the tater tots. Also, I like the juices they give us.
Me gusta mucho las alitas que dan en la escuela y el rancho.
The staff has to do training to keep up their certification levels as far as for TASN or levels for the kitchen, to keep them safe, to keep them from injuring themselves. So they take certification levels and they take classes from ICN. So I make sure it's all done. I make sure it's in the computer system and that everybody turns it all in. They'll go to Region 4 and take some classes also to get certification. It's not only just online, but they can do in person. We also do an in-service at the beginning of the school year. The in-service also, we make sure they have civil rights training, the after-school program training. They get their training there, and then that helps them get some of their hours that we require them to have for the year. So at the end of the year, we give them an awards banquet to just award them for being safe and keeping them safe at the end of the year. We have Employee of the Year, we have Secondary Employee of the Year, we have even a Manager of the Year, we even have a Kitchen of the Year. The banquet just awards them for being great staff throughout the whole year, and it motivates them to be great in the kitchen and everything.
We do have these robot arms that we have at a few of our schools, and those are able to assist the students that have disabilities. We do have them come through our lines earlier than the other kiddos, just so that they get all their meals. Some of our special needs students do have accommodations for meals that we have to blend for them, and then special diets as well, so we accommodate them according to their doctors and their restrictions for the meals that we prepare for them.
Working with Galena Park I.S.D. is a blessing. Like I said, I've personally worked with Galena Park for around 10 or 11 years. Labatt Food Service has done business with Galena Park for over 20 years. And ultimately it's been fantastic. So ultimately what we are is the middleman between the manufacturers themselves that produce the product, like a Tyson or a Genio, and then Galena Park themselves. So what we do is we ultimately deliver the products, we stock the products that Galena Park needs for all the campuses and the cafeterias. So ultimately, I think there's around a little under 1,000 different line items or SKUs that Galena Park purchases. And so we stock all those products for Galena Park and then ultimately sell them to the 26 different sites or campuses whenever they're needed. So we make deliveries once a week to Galena Park, and we work with the staff here, Brian Aubin, the director, the assistant directors, the nutritionalist, pricing, all that different stuff. Whatever they need, we try to work hand in hand with to make sure we have the products that they need, and all the information is there for them. So.
The thing what I like for lunch is the pizza pocket, and sometimes I like the burger, the hamburger.
Oh, I love the spicy sandwich. So good. And I love the pizza pocket.
I like that. The Halloween. The Halloween, that's the best thing to me. Oh yeah. Also the apple, very nutritious. I really like the chicken sandwich. It tastes pretty good. They got the pickles on there. The fries pretty good. I should have got some ketchup. The juice, I really like the juice. It tastes really good. And I rate it like a 8 out of 10.
For the students as well as to the parents, that right now we do offer free breakfast, free lunch for the students. Of course, we do sell all the cart items. I feel that a lot of parents don't understand that this is an advantage. A lot of other school districts, unfortunately, are going through reduced, where kids have to pay a certain amount, or they don't get to have free meals. I would like the parents to understand that this is an advantage and they should take advantage of it.
The best thing about working in this department, I would say, is being able to feed all of our students. That's our main goal. That's what we all come together to do, to make sure all these students are fed. That is mainly our mission in my department, and the camaraderie we have in the department is amazing. Everybody gets along and does what we got to do as a team to make sure these students are fed.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you at lunch. questions about the video or what we do?
I just want to say that was great. I think it gives us a great perspective in what y'all do every single day, and your job is super important and impactful to our kids. So great job. When I was young, I just remember a square pizza every day, and y'all have all types of things you're offering. So that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abed. We now come to the business portion of tonight's meeting. We invite and encourage you to stay for the remainder of the meeting. However, if you need to leave early, we understand, and this is a convenient time to do so. We appreciate your attendance. Please come again. Ed Martier, Director of Facilities Planning and Constructions, will provide a 2016 and 2024 bond program and facilities construction update, and I think we're hungry, Ed.
Me too. President Garza, Board of Trustees, Dr. Moore, Cabinet, good evening. I am hungry. That was a good video. I'm curious about the sandwich. Here to give you an update on 2016 and also 2024 bond work. Pyburn Elementary, sorry, excuse me. They told me that was going to show up. Pyburn Elementary, we are still doing closeouts, and we also have the audit that's complete. Galena Park High School Phase 2 CTE. We do have some window replacement going on. A lot of there was some manufacturer defect, so a lot of the glass is fogging up because of the seal, so we're replacing all of it. We have most of it on site. I think we're only missing 7 sections of it. So that's going to take 6 to 8 weeks, and it'll be brand new, and it didn't cost us anything. The general contractor was actually really proactive about it. North Shore 9, 9th grade campus renovation. This is really the fenestration replacement. So what you see before you, the 2 black panels on that gymnasium, that was where the rock was at. You know, I don't know if you remember the rock surface. We were having issues with waterproofing that area. So what we're doing is removing that, and we're going to replace it with plaster and some other materials. That way it's easily flashed and it's more waterproof. We're also changing the glass, and right now we're opening up the walls and trying to figure out what's behind there, since it's been years since we've done that. And it's a slow process, but we're getting there. The glass is actually going to be here this week, and so you'll see a lot more movement in that project. Cimarron Elementary, we the drawings are at the City of Houston. We've received some comments on some disciplines, but we're still waiting on a couple more. After all that, we address all the comments, and we will put it out to bid as CSP, and we'll put that in front of you. Galena Park High School, Phase 3A and 3B. This is the field house. I don't know if you've been out there recently. The contractor's pushing some dirt. They've actually excavated about 3 feet of the fill, and they're replacing with select fill so we can get a little better soil, and it's not as expensive. We also have that groundbreaking next week, so look forward to seeing you guys there. As far as Phase 3B, the drawings are ongoing. We actually have a page turner with the staff tomorrow, just so we don't miss anything. That is it. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So I visited Pyburn Elementary,
Yes, ma'am.
And I did see some of those windows fogging up, but that was in Pyburn, and that wasn't in Galena Park.
We have that replacement as well. So
Okay.
it's a lot of glasses failing, and it's not just our district. There's all
it's all
the
over
other
the-
school districts, and it's something to do with the seals. So there's a lot of glass replacement going on right now.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I mean, with that many replacement, what about, I mean, down the year from now or 2 years from now, we have the same issue?
There is a warranty on the product,
Okay.
President Garza, and so, yeah, we'll follow that warranty.
Yeah, because we're having an issue now, and it's just been months. I can imagine in 2-3 years, we're going to be spending millions replacing, windows. We don't want to.
No, I don't want that as well.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend my money somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay.
So we'll hold the contractor to that, and like I said, so the contractors, both of them have actually been pretty
Okay.
well, and pretty proactive about it.
Thank you, Mr. Martyr.
Thank you.
We now move on to the new business. Is there a motion to approve the designated of 10 non-business days as presented to comply with Texas Public Information Act timeliness and House Bill 3033?
Aye. Eager, aren't you? I, Jose Jimenez, move we approve the designation of 10 non-business days to comply with the Texas Information Act timelines as presented.
I, Amanda Arabia, second the motion.
A motion was made by Jose and second by Amanda. All in favor? A motion carries 6-0 with no abstention. Without objection, I'm moving new business item X1.B to the next regular scheduled board meeting on November 10th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve adopting the resolution for the property tax rate to be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.24.990, establishing a maintenance and operation tax rate of .87559, and a debt service tax rate of .37431, which is effectively an 8.31% increase in the tax rate?
I, Noe Esparza, move we approve adopting the resolution for the property tax rate as presented.
I, Norma Hernandez, second the motion.
A motion was made by Noe Esparza and second by Norma. All in favor? The motion's carried 6-0 with no abstentions. Is there a motion to approve the resolution stating that the minus item served a public purpose?
I, Noe Esparza, move we approve the resolution stating that de minimis items service a public purpose as presented.
I, Jose Jimenez, second the motion.
A motion was made by Noe Esparza and second by Jose. All in favor? The motion's carried 6-0 with no abstention. With respect to the general consent agenda, do we want to remove any item for a separate vote or take the agenda as is?
I, Norma Hernandez, move we approve the general consent agenda as presented.
I, Adrian Stevens, second the motion.
A motion was made by Norma Hernandez and second by Adrian Stevens. All in favor? The motion's carried 6-0 with no abstentions. With respect to the construction consent agenda, do we want to remove any item for a separate vote or take the agenda as is?
I, Amanda Arabia, move we approve the construction consent agenda as presented.
I, Adrian Stevens, second the motion.
A motion was made by Amanda Arabia and second by Adrian Stevens. All in favor? The motion's carried 6-0 with no abstentions. With respect to the financial consent agenda, do we want to remove any item for separate vote or take the agenda as is?
I, Amanda Arabia, move we approve the financial consent agenda as presented.
I, Noe Esparza, second the motion.
A motion was made by Amanda Arabia and a second by Noe Esparza. All in favor? The motion carries 6-0 with no abstention. The following documents were presented to the board for information. Dr. Juana Giacona, Chief Administrator Officer, presented 1, the Early Head Start Policy Council meeting minutes from August 2025. B, Mr. Ben Poppy, Chief Financial Officer presented. 1, the tax collection report for August 2025. 2, the 2016 bond program financial report as of August 31st, 2025. 3, the 2004 bond program financial report as of August 31st, 2025. There being no other business before the board at this time, the meeting is adjourned. The time is 6:38 p.m.